The other thing which you'll not be surprised to hear me say is that I'm deeply concerned about the harms to women, and that's because they are largely ignored. Human eggs that are needed for this research are not just found on shelves in labs. They come out of women's bodies, and in order to get them out of women's bodies, you actually have to have them engage in a number of technical scientific activities, most of which I'll focus on, the two of which I'll focus on are ovarian hyperstimulation, which is to make the woman produce more eggs than would normally be produced in a single cycle, and then to actually go in and retrieve those eggs. And we already know, it's well documented, that there are significant harms associated with both of those activities. Another thing that becomes really important to think about this, which is that, do you pay for these body parts? In some cases, healthy volunteers are given money in order to go through those procedures and to provide eggs. What's a fair wage? Should they be paid? Should this be a gift? What happens when it's women who are undergoing IVF, where in some places they might be offered a discount on their IVF treatment in order to provide eggs for research? Or what if those women are just expected to be altruistic because, after all, they're already undergoing IVF and assuming the harms of ovarian stimulation and egg retrieval, so they shouldn't get paid at all, but others who might be university students who would come forward as healthy volunteers will pay them. So there's a whole lot of issues there about what would be just or fair, but overarching is the issue of global commodification of body parts. Do we really want to turn the human body into something that you just have to put in the marketplace, or that you choose to put in the marketplace because you don't have any other resources? And I just want to say, it's not just about the harms of accessing these tissues for the research. There's also the harms of pregnancy, miscarriage, abortion, and delivery, all of which would be happening in a research context. I want to go back to the point I made before. Heritable human genome editing is not a therapy. It's a reproductive activity, and people would be being asked to participate in a clinical trial. And so a woman would be asked to accept, to carry a child that's been genetically modified, and we don't know what those consequences might be. If the scientists were to notify the woman that there was a problem, would she be expected to have a termination of pregnancy? What would be the legal consequences for her if that were the case? Or what if she delivers and has a child that now is identified with serious challenges?